Hello, I'm here to show you the latest version of the Kinect powered terrain system I've been working on for my final year project while studying at TCL University. And the basic principle is human-computer interaction within the industry rather than games at home. So here I have a simple terrain editor, and as you can see, my hand comes up on screen and I can control the gizmo about the 3D world. So just to explain a little what's coming up on screen here, what you can see is the object that's moving around in the top left is the depth buffer view of me from the Kinect sensor itself, and the red part is the fact that it's found my hand, and the yellow dot is the pivot point. So as you can see, the pivot point is based upon where it first finds your hand, meaning movements are always local to where your current hand position is. Originally, I had the pivot point always around the center, but while getting people to use it, they often struggled with this, especially it then depended on your height, so you had to move the Kinect based upon height, which wasn't very user-friendly, which was the point of the project. So moving your hand to the right will move the gizmo to the right, left to the left, up moves it further back in the Z direction. Now some people did struggle with this concept as well, but it's something that once they got used to, found a lot easier, was they expected to move their hand in the Z-axis in 3D, in real life world, to move the gizmo around in 3D space. The issue was the Kinect data, just there isn't enough data there, I found, to handle this. So the more you moved your hand back, working out it was an actual hand and the state of the hand, it wasn't really possible to do in real time. And finally, to apply the terrain, closing your hand, and you will see the outlines of the box goes blue, and the pivot point then becomes wherever your hand is, meaning you can readjust the pivot point on the fly. Again, this was something that wasn't done originally, but people wanted to offset from where they'd currently touched. Next up, we have the voice recognition part of the tool system, which allows us to navigate the menu system without the use of a keyboard or mouse. Previously you saw we were raising the terrain, and this can be signified by the brush at the top of the screen, towards the center of the top. As you can see, it says the word raise and the triangle that has the smaller point at the top. The rest of the icons represent the other 5 brushes, so there are 6 brushes in total. So let's just go through them right now. So craft. Craft is the keyword that gets to the main menu section. Brushes. Lower. So there you saw, just using the words on screen, I can access and change the brush. So at the top of the screen we are now on the lower brush, and I am now lowering the terrain rather than raising it. So let's go through the rest of the brushes. Craft. Brushes. Raise. So let's go back to the raise brush, as we will need to quickly raise the terrain to show off some of the other stuff. So bring it up, gives us a point. Craft. Brushes. Level. Here we have the level brush, which will bring everything to that point. If I can just move up a little. As you can see, I've now leveled that part of the terrain to be this size. Bring my hand down and apply, and I can take away. So it's good for erasing out the terrain. See if I can get on top of this water. Too far away. So there I've leveled out the underneath of the water, making a bigger point. Craft. Brushes. Noise. So the noise brush is literally around on the points on the terrain. it was more so you can quickly edit the terrain system. So there you can see, if I move the gizmo out of the way, it just randomizes. Brushes. Smooth. The other notable brush is the smooth brush. So if I head back over to here, myself down and start to smooth, you should see the water edge has become smoother. Smooth myself up a little. Smooth around there, and you can see it interpolates between the heights and it goes towards an average. Along with accessing the brushes, we can access the file system. So craft, file, new, and that simply wipes out our terrain, allowing us to start again. And finally, we can close the application by simply saying craft, exit. And that brings me to the end of the demonstration. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Thank you.